Discovery and awakening. The vast emptiness of the Cygnus void stretched before Captain Ilara Chen as she stood on the bridge of the horizon, Earth Alliance's most advanced exploration vessel. Stars dotted the darkness like distant campfires, beautiful but indifferent to the tiny human ship passing through their domain. Captain, we're detecting an anomaly at coordinates 227 to 8904, Lieutenant Patil announced, breaking the comfortable silence that had settled over the bridge. Mass readings inconsistent with any known stellar object. Ilara moved to the scanner station. Her interest peaked. 5 months into their deep space survey mission, they had catalogued dozens of planets and asteroids, but nothing that warranted special attention. "Bring it up on the main display," she ordered. The holographic projection at the center of the bridge flickered to life, showing what appeared to be a massive vessel drifting silently against the starfield. Its design was unlike anything in the Alliance database, elongated and asymmetrical, with sweeping curves that seemed to flow like liquid metal frozen in time. "Is it artificial?" Ilara asked, though the answer was obvious. "Definitely." Commander Jackson Pierce replied, his weather-worn face creased with concentration. "And old. Very old. Thermal signatures are barely above background radiation levels." Ilara studied the projection, feeling the familiar thrill of discovery mingled with caution. "Any response to standard hailing frequencies?" "None, Captain." Communications Officer Rice confirmed. "It appears dormant." The bridge crew exchanged glances. "This ship," Dr. Wong marveled, "it's not just advanced. It's evolved. I believe it may be partially organic, or at least bio-integrated." Back on the horizon, Captain Ilara monitored their progress with growing concern. The activation of the alien vessel had not gone unnoticed. "Captain," Lieutenant Patel called out, voice tight with alarm. "We're detecting multiple ships entering the system. Configuration matches Valkyrie battlecruisers." Ilara's blood ran cold. The Valkyrie, a militaristic species that humanity had clashed with on several occasions, each encounter more hostile than the last. "How many?" she asked. 7 vessels, Captain, including what appears to be their flagship, the Iron Talon." Ilara immediately opened a channel to the exploration team. "Pierce, wrap it up. We have company. Valkyrie battle group approaching. Return to the horizon immediately." "Understood, Captain," Pierce replied. "We're heading back now." As the team made their way back to the shuttle, Kai hesitated, looking back at the illuminated corridors. "It doesn't want us to leave," he said quietly. "What do you mean?" Orlova demanded. "The ship, it's afraid." Before they could question him further, the communication system crackled with a new transmission. A harsh, guttural voice filled their helmets. "Attention human vessel. This is High Commander Vexkar of the Valkyrie Dominion. You have trespassed into contested space and interfered with an artifact of significant value. Surrender the vessel immediately or face annihilation." Ilara's jaw tightened as she stared at the approaching Valkyrie fleet on the tactical display. The exploration team's shuttle was already on its way back, but the situation was deteriorating rapidly. "This is Captain Ilara Chen of the Earth Alliance vessel Horizon," she responded. "We are on a peaceful exploration mission in unclaimed space. We discovered this vessel abandoned and are conducting scientific research." The reply was immediate and cold. "The artifact belongs to the Valkyrie now. You have 1 hour to withdraw from this system. The ancient vessel remains." As the exploration team returned and the shuttle docked with the Horizon, Ilara called an emergency meeting in the command center. "Options?" she asked, looking around at her senior officers. "We're outgunned," Security Chief Orlova stated bluntly. "The Iron Talon alone could destroy us, let alone with its escort fleet. We could try to stall." Commander Pierce suggested, "Request clarification from Alliance Command." Communications at this distance would take days, Lieutenant Reyes countered. All eyes turned to Kai, who had been unusually quiet since returning. His face was pale, his eyes distant. "Nakamura," Ilara prompted. You had the most interaction with the vessel. Any insights? It's waking up, Kai said slowly, and it recognizes the Valkyrie. It remembers them. Somehow. Dr. Wong's medical scanner beeped as she held it near Kai. His neural patterns are still showing anomalous activity. Whatever connection formed between him and the ship, it's still active. Ilara leaned forward. Kai, what exactly are you experiencing? Images, sensations. It's not words exactly, but understanding. He looked up, meeting her gaze with newfound clarity. Captain, we can't leave the ship to the Valkyrie. They'll weaponize it. That's not what it was built for. What was it built for? Pierce asked. Before Kai could answer, Lieutenant Patel's voice came through the intercom. Captain, the Valkyrie fleet has deployed boarding vessels. They're heading for the ancient ship. Revelation and triumph. Captain Ilara Chen watched the tactical display with growing tension as Valkyrie boarding craft approached the ancient vessel. The clock was ticking on their ultimatum. Less than 40 minutes remained before the Valkyrie would consider them hostile targets. They're moving faster than expected, Commander Pierce observed. They don't intend to wait the full hour. Ilara nodded grimly. Typical Valkyrie tactics. Issue a deadline, then violate it to catch enemies off guard. Engineer Kai Nakamura stood abruptly, his eyes wide with alarm. Captain, we can't let them board. The ship is vulnerable right now. It's only partially awakened. Nakamura, what exactly is happening to you? Ilara demanded. How are you receiving this information? Kai struggled to explain. It's like neural feedback. The ship's systems interface with my neural implant when I touch the wall patterns. It's using the connection to communicate. Dr. Wong confirmed with a nod. His standard-issue neural processor is showing unprecedented activity levels. The ship must have recognized the technology and adapted to it. What does it want? Ilara asked directly. Protection, Kai answered simply, and to fulfill its purpose. Before Ilara could question him further, the communication system activated. High Commander Vexkar's reptilian face filled the main screen, his scaled features arranged in what passed for a smile among the Valkyrie. Captain Chen, the Valkyrie commander hissed. My patience wears thin. Your presence here is a violation of Valkyrie interests. Ilara kept her expression neutral. Commander Vexkar, we discovered this vessel in unclaimed space. By all interstellar conventions, we have the right to investigate. Vexkar's membranous eyelids blinked slowly. Your human conventions mean nothing. That artifact belongs to a civilization that predates your species' ability to create fire. The technology within will serve the Dominion. And if we refuse to abandon it, Ilara challenged, then you will witness firsthand the power of the Iron Talon. Vexkar replied, ending the transmission abruptly. The bridge fell silent. Everyone knew the Iron Talon's reputation. The most advanced warship in the Valkyrie fleet, responsible for the destruction of 3 human colonies during the border conflicts. We need to move, Kai said urgently. Captain, request permission to return to the ancient vessel. Absolutely not. Commander Pierce interjected. The Valkyrie boarding parties will be inside within minutes. They won't get in, Kai insisted. The ship has sealed itself. But it needs guidance, a connection with someone who understands its purpose. Ilara studied her engineer carefully. Whatever was happening between Kai and the ancient vessel, it went beyond normal technological interaction. The risk was enormous, but their options were limited. What exactly are you proposing, Nakamura? She asked. I need to return and complete the connection, Kai explained. The ship was designed as a guardian, Captain. Not a weapon, but a protector. It won't harm us, but it won't allow itself to be used by the Valkyrie either. After a moment of tense consideration, Ilara nodded. Take a shuttle. Orlova, go with him. But at the first sign of Valkyrie contact, you abort and return immediately. As Kai and Security Chief Orlova prepared to depart, the Valkyrie fleet shifted formation. Two destroyers moved to flank the horizon, while the Iron Talon and the remaining vessels surrounded the ancient ship. "They're isolating us," Lieutenant Patil observed. "Classic encirclement strategy. Shields at maximum," Ilara ordered. "Power to defensive systems only. I don't want to give them any excuse to open fire." The shuttle launched, speeding toward the ancient vessel. On the tactical display, Ilara watched as Valkyrie boarding craft swarmed around the dormant giant, seeking entry points that had mysteriously sealed themselves. "Valkyrie vessels are attempting to breach the hull with cutting beams," Pierce reported. "No success so far." Minutes later, the shuttle carrying Kai and Orlova disappeared into the same docking bay the exploration team had used earlier. Unlike the Valkyrie craft, the bay doors opened smoothly to admit them. "We're inside, Captain," Orlova reported. "The ship, it feels different. There's illumination throughout the corridors now, and the temperature has increased. Life support systems appear to be activating." "Proceed with caution," Ilara reminded them, "and maintain constant communication." Kai led the way deeper into the vessel, moving with unexpected confidence through the labyrinthine passages. The blue illumination intensified around him, pulsing in rhythm with his steps. "It's like it knows him," Dr. Wong murmured, watching the helmet camera feed from the bridge. They reached what appeared to be a central chamber, a vast spherical room dominated by a crystalline structure that resembled a tree, branches extending outward to connect with the walls, ceiling, and floor. "This is it," Kai said. "The neural core." "Nakamura, what are you doing?" Orlova asked sharply as Kai removed his helmet. "The atmosphere is stable now," he replied, taking a deep breath. "The ship has adjusted it for human physiology." He approached the crystal tree, placing both hands against its trunk. The effect was immediate. The entire structure blazed with light, patterns of energy flowing up through Kai's arms and across his body. "Nakamura," Orlova shouted, raising her weapon in alarm. "It's okay," Kai assured her, his voice strangely resonant. "I understand now. I know what it is." On the horizon's bridge, alarms suddenly blared. Energy surged from the ancient vessel, Lieutenant Patil reported. Massive power readings activating throughout its systems. The Valkyrie noticed too. Their boarding craft pulled back as the ancient ship's hull began to shine with intricate patterns of light, pulsing outward from where Kai had made contact with the core. High Commander Vexkar's face appeared on the communication screen again, his expression now one of fury. "What have you done, human? Cease your interference immediately. The Guardians were created to protect life." Kai's voice came through the comm, though he wasn't addressing the Valkyrie commander. "Not to destroy it. They were built by the predecessors as sentinels against the void." "Who are the predecessors?" Ilara asked. "The civilization that came before all others," Kai explained, his voice now overlaid with harmonics that weren't entirely human. "They seeded countless worlds with life, then departed our galaxy. They left the Guardians to watch over their creation, to ensure that no single species would rise to dominate all others." On the tactical display, the ancient vessel, the Guardian, was now fully illuminated, its true form revealed. What had seemed like battle damage was actually an intricate design, surfaces covered with flowing patterns that channeled energy throughout the massive structure. "The Valkyrie are charging weapons," Pierce warned. "The Iron Talon is moving into firing position." "Kai, you need to get out of there now," Ilara ordered. "It's too late, Captain," Kai replied calmly. "The Guardian is awake. It recognizes the Valkyrie. They've destroyed 3 developing civilizations in the past century, species that would have joined the galactic community." The Iron Talon fired, its main cannons releasing a devastating barrage at the Guardian. The energy beams, capable of shattering planetary crusts, struck an invisible barrier around the ancient vessel and dispersed harmlessly. "Impossible," Commander Pierce breathed. The Guardian responded, not with weapons of destruction, but with a pulse of energy that washed over the Valkyrie fleet, Ship after ship went dark, their systems shutting down completely. Only the Iron Talon remained partially functional, its emergency systems struggling against the Guardian's influence. "What's happening?" Ilara demanded. "Targeted system neutralization," Kai explained. "The Guardian doesn't destroy unless absolutely necessary. It's giving them a choice." High Commander Vexkar's voice came through on emergency channels, distorted but understandable. "What sorcery is this? Return control of our vessels immediately." "The Guardian offers peace," Kai responded, his voice carrying the authority of something ancient and powerful. "Withdraw your fleet. Respect the boundaries of developing worlds." This is not a request. For several tense moments, there was silence. Then, gradually, auxiliary power returned to the Valkyrie vessels. "This isn't over, humans," Vexkar snarled. "The Dominion will not forget this humiliation." One by one, the Valkyrie ships turned and moved away, limping on minimal power. The Iron Talon was the last to retreat, its weapon systems still offline. On the bridge of the horizon, the crew watched in stunned silence as humanity's most formidable adversary withdrew without firing a single effective shot. "Captain," Orlova's voice came through the comm. "Nakamura is different. You should see this." When Ilara arrived aboard the Guardian an hour later, she found Kai standing before a holographic display that filled the central chamber. Stars, planets, and nebulae swirled around him, markers indicating thousands of worlds throughout the galaxy. "The legacy of the predecessors," Kai said by way of greeting, though he didn't turn to face her. "Life, in all its diversity, protected not through destruction, but through balance." "Are you still Kai Nakamura?" Ilara asked cautiously. He turned then, and she saw that his eyes now held tiny points of light, like stars reflected in dark water. "Yes and no. I've become interface. The Guardian needed a connection to understand humanity, to judge whether we could be trusted." "And what was its verdict?" Ilara asked. "That we have potential," Kai smiled. "Unlike the Valkyrie, we explore before we conquer. We question before we destroy. The Guardian has chosen humanity as its new partners." He gestured, and a holographic display shifted to show dozens of dormant Guardians scattered throughout the galaxy, waiting to be awakened. "There are more of them," Ilara realized. "Many more," Kai confirmed, "each designed to maintain balance, to prevent any single species from dominating all others. For millennia they've slept, their purpose forgotten. But now, with humanity's help, they can fulfill their mission again. The Valkyrie will return," Ilara warned, "with more ships, better weapons." "They can try," Kai said, and for a moment the ancient power of the Guardian resonated in his voice. "But they will learn what the Guardian taught them today, that true power lies not in destruction, but in protection." As the Horizon transmitted their findings to Earth Alliance headquarters, Captain Ilara Chen stood on the bridge, watching the Guardian vessel floating alongside them, its surface still shimmering with patterns of light. Humanity had found not a weapon, but something far more valuable: a protector, a teacher, and a path to a future where exploration trumped conquest. The silent Guardian had awakened, and the galaxy would never be the same.